All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another night of Dakota Collegiate Rocket League. It's been a while for me. It's been a while. I think it's been a good, I don't know, even 2 weeks. Streamers have been on top of it, and first time I've really had to step in. So I am so excited for you guys tonight. We have 2 series on the night. First off is a matchup, a Division D matchup with Ball Chasers, and I need to look back with my DMs with Ricky, but I don't even know how to say that. But Rl-Duiven, I don't even know how to say it. But it's gonna be a lot of fun nonetheless. I do have Penn on the casting desk with me. He's been putting in the hours, one of the most casted co-casters this season. How you feeling tonight, man?
Oh, I'm feeling fantastic. I cannot wait for this. The last 2 Titans, the last 2 undefeated teams at Div D, I couldn't ask for a better first game of the night. And I mean, Rl-Duiven and Ball Chasers, I mean, I've seen some great things out of both teams. I can't wait.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna look through my okay, so yeah, I actually asked Ricky before the season started about how you pronounce this, and he said Rl-Duiven. That's how you, it's a Dutch. Apparently it's Dutch for dove. So listen, I don't ask questions around here. This is what they wanted, so we just kind of go with the flow. So like Penn said, I'm gonna go ahead, toss it over to this screen over here, which is the Division D team standings. Like he said, these are pretty much the Titans of Division D at this point. Yeah, like I said, up at the top, 5-0 on the season so far. They've been playing their games real early with a 71% winning percentage, and then they're going to be facing off against Ball Chasers, who are also undefeated but have 2 less games played. But they do have the edge over them by about 3 or 4% in the winning percentage category. Both of these teams undefeated, you know, extremely dominant coming into the first half of this Dcrl Season 5. It is going to be a blast here tonight, Penn.
I agree. I mean, if you're looking at this, it's going to be the battle of offense versus defense. A team with a 75% win percentage coming off a sweep, one of the best shooters in the entire division, versus a team that's not letting in many goals. That 1.27 goals against on top of that high save percentage. You just got to hope that they can get the offense going well enough to keep themselves undefeated.
That is a very good point there. But I'm going to go ahead and toss it over now to the first team. We're going to kind of break down the teams individually now. I asked you before the stream started, Penn, about who you wanted to take, and I forgot who you said already.
Yeah, I'll take the Pigeons, the other ones.
Okay, yeah, it works out perfectly. So yeah, Ball Chasers, like we said, 3-0 on the season. I'm him, is the captain of this team, a newcomer to Dcrl. It looks like he's kind of the playmaker here, Penn. He's got a pretty good amount of goals per game, but he's actually leading the division in assists per game. So it's gonna be fun to see him, maybe setting up Bones for some great plays here, because Bones, as the second man of this team, is leading the division in goals per game, which is a very, very prestigious, category to be leading in. And then on top of that, we were talking about it before the stream started, this man has a 45% shooting percentage, which is absolutely insane. I mean, he's got the most shots per game, he's putting away the most goals, he's got the highest shooting percentage. This Bones guy is proving to be one of the steals of this Division D draft. And then lastly, they are joined by Dcrl, who's been having a good season himself. It looks like he might be finding himself in a little bit different of a role. Maybe the disruption guy. I mean, he's leading the division in demos per game with almost 3 per game. Man, I just based off the stats alone, Penn, the composition of this team just makes sense. You got the guy that's leading the division in assists, guy that's leading in goals per game, and the guy that's leading in demos. I can almost tell you right now what their game plan is going to be.
Yeah, I can't agree more. When I'm looking at this, I just see first man, second man, and third man like clear as day. I'm getting pictures to like former seasons of Gray Skull just destroying my team as American is setting up his teammates. It's giving me that picturesque team. And honestly, if they can perform the same way that the stats are showing them to perform, I think that they're going to do very well tonight.
Yep, for sure. We're going to go ahead and now toss it over to the other team, which is Rl-Duiven. And I'll have you talk about them a little bit.
Yeah, of course. With Duven, I'm just gonna call them the pigeons because I'm pretty sure that's what it actually means. It's based off of Ricky's pigeon. That's his pet.
Oh, okay. So
Um,
you know the lore. I didn't even know the lore.
I do know a little bit of lore. I have worked with this team in the past, especially off a rough scrim before the season started. We worked to get them a little bit better and a little bit more rotated. And look, I think it's performed pretty well. 5-0 on starting the season. They tend to look a little more on the defensive side. Ricky staying back a little more. You see that 1.75 league leading saves per game. Outside of that, XLS still their goal scorer with that higher goals, and it looks like a much more of a team effort and a less of a distinct 1, 2, 3 man operation.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think you highlighted it, very well. I think, like you kind of had mentioned, this team just seems to be more of a well-rounded team rather than, like you said, the more distinct roles. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, something that we highlighted, in the preseason, like during the draft stream, is the fact that this team has a lot of winners on it. They know how to win. I mean, you can see it in their record, right? 5-0, but both the Real Robo and XLS are champions. They've won their divisions respectively. So I mean, this team knows how to win. They have the clutch gene, to win when it matters most. So to see them starting off, so dominant, I think they're only going to get better as the season goes on.
Yeah, and they've had 2 Game 5s, if I'm not mistaken, this season, and we're able to take them both. So that's showing it even a little harder. And I think one of them was on stream, and they look dominant, especially in that last game. And if we see that again tonight, honestly, I could see this going to 5. I could see this going in a sweep. It really depends on who's got the momentum starting it off.
Yeah, for sure. But we're gonna go ahead, try and get this one going ASAP. Penn, I did invite you to a Rocket League party.
Oop.
If we can have everybody
I'm
join
hopping
up.
in. We're
Oh,
all in. Not
yep,
bad.
you're all good. But as is the good old DCRL tradition, Penn, I'm gonna go ahead and ask you what your prediction for this match is gonna be.
I took a look at the stats, I thought about it, and as much as I want to say ball chasers, I'm gonna have to stick with my boys, the homies, and I'm gonna go with. I think this goes to Game 5, but I think that clutch factor, that winning factor comes in, and the Pigeons take it.
Pigeons taking it. I mean, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, they've proven they have 2 more games under their belt to remain undefeated, whereas ball chasers who are 3-0, they have a little bit left to prove. I mean, 3-0 is, awesome to say the least, but they have a little bit more to prove. But I like the distinctness of this team. Like I mentioned before, you got one guy that's leading in assists, you got one guy that's leading in goals, the goal scorer, and then the disruptor. I think demos at any level of Rocket League is super, effective at any level, like I said. And the fact that Demerica might be one of those role players, I'm like what I'm seeing. I'm gonna go ball chasers here. I'm gonna say I'm hoping for a Game 5. I mean, we got the undefeated teams. I'm hoping for a Game 5 here. So I'm gonna say ball chasers, 3-2 taking the series. But for everybody in the chat, we do have predictions open for just a few more minutes here before we get into this one. So put your boost on the line, put your channel points, and make some guesses for yourself. Penn, I gotta ask you one last question before we get into this. Who's gonna be the standout player going into this one? Who do you think is going to be kind of the it factor during this series?
Yeah, I looked at the stats again. I mean, it's gonna be a battle, in my opinion, of second mans. Who's going to perform better? Is it going to be Bones on his shooting percentage and high goals per game? Is it going to be XLS on his ability to finish? XLS tends to be a little more ball chasey, so will that work out for them, or will it put them in an even worse position? But going into this match, I mean, I don't think anything else can be seen except for, can they keep up and can they win? And can they win when the stress is high and the pressure's on?
Well said. But ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into game number 1 here. A matchup between the Rl-Duiven and Ball Chasers getting underway. And it's going to be Bones getting things off. Started strong. Ball Chasers pull up 6 seconds into game 1.
I think I just solved all the stats in like 6 seconds there. A demo, a goal on target almost perfectly. Well, that threw me off there. Wow, that's a quick start for Ball Chasers, and we're gonna have to move into this first minute a little more carefully if you're the Pigeons.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like you said, we already saw the Bones goal, right? He's averaging 1.44 goals per game. We already saw Demerica get a demo within the first 6 seconds. This Ball Chasers, like we said, we knew just based off of stats alone what to expect coming into this. They prove us right. you know, just 6 short seconds here into game number 1. Great start for Ball Chasers as I'm him. Going off the sidewall, Captain almost finds a double tap, but can't quite find it. XLS looking a little bit awkward here. Ricky's gonna take over. Oh, that's a good beat by XLS, but I'm him's gonna grab this boost off the sidewall, get a nice beat over XLS. This is going midfield. 2 members are up. Both go missing. Dcrl might have another opportunity, but nothing's gonna come from it.
Yeah, that little double tap off the backboard might just be a little picture into what this team can do. Specifically, I am him and his ability on the backboard might be why Bones is getting so many opportunities to score, especially in these like intricate, like mistake-riddled games that happen to be down here.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point. It's gonna be awesome to see. That's a big shot coming out, but Ricky Lafour, very I would call him a mythical creature of the Dcrl community. He's very interesting to say the least, but it's I'm him getting a goal here for Ball Chasers, and they find their second tier of game number 1.
Yeah, Pigeons don't seem to be on much of a metric with each other, and they're just letting these basic demos mess them up, and this ball just goes straight into their net.
We do have an interesting something. We got Lemo Jewel. I don't know how to say his name exactly in the chat. That I think he is the roommate of I'm him. Unfortunately, Lemo Jewel is on a team that is one of the only 2 remaining teams in all of Dcrl that hasn't been on stream yet. So you know we got our boy supporting his roommate here, and I'm him. As this ball finds its way midfield, XLS, like we said before in the pregame, you know, champion himself. You know, very storied team there, and I believe it was their team name was the Goons. An electric series there last season. He's gonna try and make something happen here off the sidewall. Bones, again, we've seen Bones just be so dominant. 1.44 goals per game. He's gonna need another one. I'm gonna be paying attention to that. He's gonna need at least like 2 per game, or close to it, to match that. But we're gonna see if that can continue going forward.
Yeah, XLS goes for a touch up high. Robo goes to receive. Bones. America in the corner hits down. Ricky to follow. Goes to the backboard. I'm him. Receives clearly, but if it doesn't get out of this corner, I don't see much happening for this Pigeon side. XLS with a touchdown mid. He goes for a low beat and he gets it off the demo in the low beat to the right side of the bottom goal, and XLS puts the first one home for Pigeons.
There we go. Things getting started here. There's still a lot of Rocket League left to be played. It kind of has felt like Ball Chasers have had the upper hand for most of this game so far, but this could be a turning point for the Pigeons here in game number 1 as XLS just gets things started nice and easy.
Ooh, double commit on the back line, and Ricky goes to clear. XLS touches out. It's in the corner. I'm him gets a great read. XLS back into the corner, and it's just a repeat of the last offense, but I mean, it worked out for them last time, so see if it works out again. Ricky with a nice pinch off to America, goes mid, touch up by XLS. Doesn't get it again, but Robo goes. XLS misses the back touch. Ricky Lafour to follow. It flows mid, but no one's there to follow, and Bones gets to clear.
Ricky trying to corral this ball. XLS actually takes it from him. He probably had the better touch. That's going to go kind of a touch there. I'm him. Has one on net. Robo looking a little bit awkward. Dcrl trying to go for a dookie there, but the defense does hold strong here for the Pigeons. This ball's floating in the midfield. Ricky gets a decent touch. I'm him. Should have an easy save. Puts it over to this orange corner. Robo trying to find maybe a pass midfield. Bones gets a huge dunk. But Ricky with a huge demo. But I'm him is there for the follow-up. And that is a well-played play there from Ball Chasers.
Yeah, fantastic touch up at Bones. An unlucky bounce. XLS unable to touch, and I'm him just slots one down. Fun little fact about Bones, he plays for the Dakota Westland team out of Mitchell, South Dakota. And when we played him in CCL, the only player to score out of their whole team was Bones against us.
I've heard stories that Bones has kind of been on the come up. I believe he might be a freshman in college, so he's kind of making his appearance, you know, in the North and South Dakota collegiate esports scene. And I've heard a lot of good things about Bones. I mean, not only did we see it in the stats, but just, you know, in intercollegiate play, I've heard a lot of good things. So Bones might be one of those come-up players here in Dcrl, but things are looking a little bit bleak now for the Pigeons. They need 2 goals now to tie it up. Just 30 seconds left to go. Can they do it here, Penn?
It's looking a little rough, especially since all the opportunities they're getting are small situations with not very good outcomes. Like nothing like pure shooting available as they overcommit. And they're left on their back line here. Robo's final one back, but he's able to clear it out to the side. But with the time running out here, I don't see much happening for this Pigeon side. And I think Ball Chasers will take game 1.
Yeah, no, I mean, all around, just a fantastic, you know, a game out of Ball Chasers. They really, in my opinion, had the upper hand almost the entirety of that game, minus, you know, that mistake where the Pigeons were able to get one. But all around, I'm him, coming out with 2 goals of his own, 5 shots, and 2 saves, doing it on all ends of the ball. And I'm looking forward to this I'm him Bones connection. I mean, we saw I'm him with the highest assists per game in Division D, and then obviously Bones was leading the division in goals per game. So just those 2 stat lines alone tell me that these 2 players might have a special connection here in Div D.
Yeah, and America getting his 4 demos, just getting his quota, you know.
Light work.
And on the other side, if I'm looking for anything, I'm looking for more from Robo. Team captain came out a little awkward that game. I would love to see a more effective pressure on his side and a bit more offense.
Yeah, for sure. We got a couple players leaving the lobby. I don't know if they're just changing cars or maybe some connection issues. I'm not too sure what's going on, but we're just gonna try and play this one out, see if they join back. But I mean, Pen, I gotta ask you. I mean, after that first game, do you think there's? I mean, the Pigeons weren't playing horrible, right? I mean, they were keeping it close. They had some good opportunities, but ultimately, is there anything that they need to do to try and take game 2 here?
If I'm looking at anything, I'm looking at Robo to set up XLS, and I'm looking at Ricky to clear a little harder. The thing about Div D is that you do get the opportunity to play a little bit more of that boomer ball, which, I mean, it's not great up in higher ranks, but at this rank, if you hit something off the backboard and get a good attack on it, it's almost guaranteed a goal.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, backboard defense, you know, abusing the backboard when it's available to you is, like you said, very, very effective. Just getting hard hits, but it's a real Robo getting things started here for the Pigeons as they find themselves in the lead for the first time here in the series.
I think he was listening to me, I'm not gonna lie.
He might have been.
I know we make that joke all the time as casters, but I was asking for more from him, and he starts out right here. It was a nice touch by XLS, actually, to drop it down, create an awkward save attempt, and then Robo to follow. Robo hits it deep on their side. I mean, I honestly have played a little bit with Robo. It's a great time to play with him. He's actually a very consistent player, and I just want to see that perform more and more in Div D.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if you can be a consistent player, like you said, I mean, obviously at any level, but especially in the lower divisions, I mean, it's going to pay off over time. I mean, even if you don't win every single series, consistency is so overpowered. Ricky almost getting a goal there out of the midfield, trying to find a second goal here. But consistency, like I said, consistency is key here in the lower divisions.
Yeah, that touch was uncategorically like Ricky. It was a beautiful touch right around them, and sadly does not go in. I'm him, hits to their back wall, XLS to receive. He's up, he gets one back to Ricky. Ricky with a nice hard hit deep, but Bones able to recover. Real Robo dunks Bones, but isn't able to dunk America. It hits back into the corner. Ricky to follow. Bones sends it over the post and out to I'm him. Touched by America, sends it to the sidewall. And it just seems to be a very neutral game until Ricky hits him mid. I'm him to follow. He's able to get it out wide, and they have a little bit of breathing room as I'm him gets a dunk over Robo. It's high. But Ricky's already rotated back, and he's there for it.
Man, it's been so fun to watch just the overall progression, you know, of each and every division from the very beginning. I remember, I think one of the first series on stream was Ball Chasers of this season of DCRL, and just the improvement that I've seen from not only individually but just as a team is always so fun to watch. How, you know, how the play develops and changes as the season goes on. It's one of the most underrated parts of watching the league, right? Just seeing the storylines unfold, seeing teams come together and, you know, improve. It's always so much fun.
Yeah, you make me think back to Div D at LAN last year. We had version 2, this like monster house of a team that didn't lose till playoffs. And then on the other side we had Goons, and then another team headed up by Bean Chalupa. And while a lot of these players didn't make the jump up to Div C, the ones that have stayed down here have been effective players in Div D since they're coming. And I think that's what Pigeons has, and I want to see that more because I want to see them develop into players that can climb the divisions.
Yeah, for sure. And I was actually looking at, you know, the overall division standings for each division as I was writing that little newsletter thing that I did a couple weeks ago. And Division D on paper has actually been the most competitive. You know, in Division A, B, and C, all have, you know, pretty high. Oh my goodness, a slot comes out from Rl-Robo to secure this 2-goal lead. But I just want to continue what I was saying. Division D has been the most competitive. From the top to the bottom is the smallest difference. Each other division kind of has a couple, like 1 or 2 titans, and then it's a pretty big fall off, whereas Div D has kind of been closer than a lot of the other divisions.
Yeah, I think this and C are the closest to the divisions in my opinion, and to be honest, this team that we're watching right now is one of the few I've worked with, but the only teams I've really worked with have been Div D teams, and they're the most fun to work with because they're the ones who want to develop. As I'm him slots a ball sent across by an awkward pinch with America and Robo, and ooh, what a nice touch over the 2 defenders.
Yeah, Ball Chasers making it competitive here. Minute and 30 left. Bring it back within 1. This game could go either way as it currently stands. I'm him. Grabs that big boost on the sidewall there. That's great backward defense from Ricky. Popping it up high. XLS has a great follow-up here. Demerica has a wide open net. I think Ricky went to go grab some boosts. Was maybe expecting a challenge of some sort there. Nothing was there. And that's just a freebie for Demerica.
Yeah, Ricky missed the boost off rip. That's why he had to play back wall, and when he went to go back to get it, instead of having it and being on defense, he wasn't there, and it came back to bite him. Oof, not how you wanted that to go.
Definitely. I mean, we got to remember, these 2 teams are both undefeated. They have not lost yet here in Season 5 of DCRL. And like you said, we're seeing it here come out strong. Ball Chasers tied up with only a minute left to go. That was a great pinch out of the corner. It's centered perfectly for the Pigeons there. XLS gonna get a nice clear, send this ball back into this orange half. He might be maybe going for a bump, but I'm him. Dismisses that. Trying to get this ball midfield. Gets a nice 50, pops it up high. Demerica should have a follow on this. Gets a touch towards net. Ricky should have a semi-easy touch here. This is gonna bounce up off the wall. Bones reads it. Gets a beater on Robo. He's going to try and get this ball midfield. Nothing comes from it, as so far the Pigeons defense is holding strong.
Yeah, that was a really nice touch by Demerica a little early. He went for that high-flying aerial, and I honestly didn't expect it to hit, and it hit beautifully. Robo is here to follow, gets stopped in the middle. I'm him to follow. Nothing falls, but Demerica gets a chance, but it flies wide. XLS to receive. 9 seconds left. 8, 7. Ricky hits out wide. He's in the corner. Are we going to overtime, or is this going to fall through? XLS sends it back. I'm him there to receive, and it goes down. We're in overtime, game 2.
Yeah, it's going to be this is a very, very important game. If Ball Chasers takes this, they're going to go on match point. This could end quickly, but shut down by, I believe, Demerica there. Again, if Ball Chasers win this game, it'll be huge for the momentum of their series as they go to match point, threatening to sweep this 5-0 team of the Pigeons. I'm him, goes up off the sidewall, doesn't have much boost. Trying to get this Rl-Robo, can't get a touch. Demerica might have a chance, but Ricky gets a nice clear.
Yeah, great touch out by Ricky. This ball flies middle, Robo goes to follow, it's floating back. XLS is there, but he's under, hits back into his own corner. Robo gets the demo on the attacker. Ricky gets touch out wide. Ricky goes to follow, isn't able to reach it. Ball's floating back towards the net. XLS is there to receive. Bones with a touch mid. It's on, and it's in. And Ball Chasers take game 2. Oh
Man,
my.
What an overtime there. I mean, 47 seconds back and forth. Both of these teams throwing haymakers. But who else other than Bones? I don't know if he had his goal here in game 2, but he gets it there when it matters most. Ball Chasers going to progress to 2-0 here on the series, threatening to sweep this 5-0 team of the Rl-Duiven.
Yeah, the Pigeons looking to probably attempt a reverse sweep here, as Robo's brace wasn't enough to take them strong, and Ball Chaser's able to squeak that one out. I'm him, trying to be the menace of the game. Most points, more touches than anyone. He's just trying to put the team on his back and push through here.
Yeah, I mean, both of these teams have fairly even stats. I mean, you know, the Pigeons have 8 shots, Ball Chasers have 5. Both teams have a lot of saves, but I mean, look at the saves on Ball Chasers. I mean, that's 5-2. Seems like it seems like Pigeons had, you know, a lot of the upper hand there versus game 1, but ultimately Ball Chasers defense was just so good there. Everybody just did their part, and it's looking real good. I want to give a quick shout out to Weevil. I did not see that you subbed earlier, brother, so huge appreciation to you if you're listening. The support is always very appreciated, so huge thanks to you, bro.
Yeah, another thing to bring up is the assists. Very 1-2-3 game. They really showed their stats in a true fashion, as they played like a team. Everyone assisting a goal, everyone scoring a goal.
Right.
If Ball Chasers do that again, it's gonna be rough for Pigeons to try to win.
Yeah, and man, I was just sitting there looking at the last, you know, little bit of, you know, that game number 2. That's wide open for I'm him. I don't know exactly what happened to the defensive rotations there. I'm him just doing it all himself. Yeah, two misses on defense from the Pigeons end up in a goal, and we get another goal within the first 10 seconds for Ball Chasers.
Yeah. Ricky goes into the corner, gets touch mid. Excelis tries to stop. He's trying to hit it out, but Bones is just following as fast as he can. I'm him with a boomer on target. Ricky sends wide. You were saying something about this looking back?
Yeah, it's just crazy to think that this is Division D gameplay. I mean, we're seeing the two, you know, best teams duke it out, and this, I mean, I've said this so many times as I've casted this season, but it just, compared to the Division D of last semester, obviously we have the addition of a whole nother division this year, or this semester, but just comparatively, it's crazy to see how far Division D has come. It's just really fun to watch, and it'd be interesting to see a couple of these Division D teams go up against, you know, a couple Division C. Oh my goodness! XLS with a great redirect on the goal line to tie this game up. That is exactly the spark you needed if you're the Pigeons here. I mean, you see him getting active in the cams. Ricky, man, we haven't really said his name too much here in the series. He's usually a very animated character as well, but man, so far they just haven't been able to find the success. Hopefully that goal can jumpstart him here in game 3.
Yeah, Ricky's been playing aggressively defensive, but XLS with a great redirect. He gets another attempt, but stopped by Bones. Bones goes to attack, but Ricky's just sitting back. He's being patient, letting him hit down to his own corner. He's going to try to play this slow. Ball flies down to Robo. Bones gets a shot, touch out wide. Demerica's there to follow. Doesn't read it right, so he rotates out. XLS to follow, hits over one. It's on target, but Demerica hits it to the corner. Ricky to follow, Ricky to tie. No one seems to be jumping until Bones gets it right over the one, and Robo taps it back into the yellow orange half, but nothing really comes of it. I'm him on offense. Is he able to get it over Ricky? No, he's not. Just rolls out middle. XLS hits it out wide. And it's just a back and forth game. Really not much happening here, except for until a great pass from XLS, but Ricky's able to clear it out.
Yeah, I can sense the desperation right now from the Pigeons, the Rl-Duiven. They seem to be playing with a little bit more pace, a little bit more speed. You know, at this point in time, you know, you got nothing to lose. Now you have to reverse sweep a very dominant Ball Chasers team. And you can see the desperation starting to come out, which might just work out as Ricky carries this ball out of the midfield, beats one. I'm him as the last man back, makes a much needed touch there. This ball is dangerously in front. Robo not able to make contact. Again, we see Ricky playing literally goalkeeper. Demerica almost balling him, breaking his ankles. But man, we talked about how aggressive Ricky has been in previous seasons and even previous series. here this season, and this series we've seen him literally park the bus in his own net multiple times.
Oh, XLS!
Doing it all himself. A great ground play coming from last season's champion. You see him again hyping up his team. What a great goal coming out from XLS.
Swamp Donkey? What? No.
Yeah.
XLS with a great 3v1, and that puts him up there. He's got a brace, and we're moving into this final 2 minutes with a lead as the ball goes past the whole team, and XLS with a hat trick. Oh, that's not what you want if you're ball chasers.
Man, I don't know if the cams caught it, but XLS getting up and out of his chair. And wow, just what a great play from XLS. Gets the hat trick. Maybe putting the team on his back here in game 3, but there is a lot of Rocket League left to be played here. Just under 2 minutes left for Ball Chasers to try and make a comeback here.
I remember we were looking at that large stat board. The ones that were led by this Pigeons team was shots against and save percentage. They were really good at keeping low amount of goals against them and a high amount of save percentage. So we're seeing that really aggressively here. Only one let in, but 3 saves alone from Ricky on blatant shots, and they're camping the bus in their own corner here as Bones gets a touch out mid. Ricky launches it out, and they stay alive for another minute.
Yep. Just Pigeons need to just hold on to this lead now.
Ooh.
And again, they just have a minute left. Bones has an open net though. And now Bones is going to bring this game back within 1. And now this is where things get hairy. This is where the nerves start to kick in. If you are Rl-Duiven, this is where it starts to get serious. You got to start to hold on to this. Just 1 minute to go. Can they do it?
Yeah, an unlucky double commit, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Robo who's a little too pushed far side on the left side, and now it's an awkward touch. Ricky hits out wide. I'm him with a great angle, but no follow. XLS receives it in the center. Hits around Bones, but he's bumped. America gets a touch mid. I'm him to follow. He sends it down net. Robo clears.
That's a good opportunity there. I'm him. He's really been, the first man on this team, which makes sense stat-wise, right? He's the man kind of making all the madness happen, trying to get that ball open for his teammates, specifically Bones. Almost doing it here. 30 seconds to go. Ricky makes a touch out of his own corner. Bones not only make a touch, but I'm him might have a good shot. It was open for a second. We kind of talked about how, those huge booming shots and clears can affect your team, but again, 18 seconds to go. This ball is cleared up off this blue backboard. XLS trying to make a touch. He does, but Bones is just waiting out the touch. Demerica out of the midfield, keeps the pressure on. A miss out of Robo make this dangerous. Ricky with a touch. I'm him, gonna maybe try and get something going here. Ball's up midfield. Demerica could do it here with a shot, but denied by Real Robo. And what a way to end game 3 as the Rl-Duiven stays alive for another one.
Yeah, that hat trick and able to hold the momentum keeps the Pigeons alive as Ball Chasers tried to make a way back, but not enough attacking pressure on the final minute and not enough shots on target. And we see this going to game 4, and I can't be mad at that. And honestly, if reverse sweep or not, this has been a great series so far.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're looking at the stat sheet here. We got XLS, like I said already, with the hat trick, getting all 3 goals here. 4 to Rl-Duiven, and then Ricky, we commented on him just parking the bus in the net, in his own net, with 4 saves of his own, and Real Robo not getting involved as much, but definitely trying to fill in the gaps between XLS, who's been mainly offense, and Ricky, who's been mainly defense. I will say this right here, right now. I don't think this team can rely on XLS to get 3 goals every single game. So I'm looking for Ricky or Real Robo to kind of step up offensively to try and help out XLS up front.
Yeah, anything. I'm looking at demos. Demerica slowed down that match, and it was more spread out across the 3 players as they each get 1, but 5 shots each, if I'm not mistaken, reading that, for both I'm him and Bones, and only 1 goal on. You want more than a 20% shooting percentage. You want to win that game.
Yeah, I mean, partially due to Ricky, just like we said, just being a goalkeeper and just blocking so many shots. But anyways, game 4 getting underway. Ball Chasers gonna have to kind of answer back against that game 3 win. I wouldn't say the momentum is fully in Pigeon's favor here. I mean, that was a very close ending. Ball Chasers almost tie it up. Dcrl going for a crazy redirect, but I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't say the momentum is completely in the Pigeons' favor here. I think Ball Chasers had a lot going for him, but it's Robo with an open net. A great pass from XLS out of the corner, and Pigeons striking first here at game 4.
Yeah, I'm him. Did not see the man chasing him down, but XLS with a great touchdown mid, and if Robo missed that, I would have left the casting desk.
That might be Robo's first goal of the series. So
no,
awesome.
He had a brace in game 2.
Okay. So it's good to see him getting active. Like I said, in that, you know, that in between matches there, that's a little bit awkward. Like I said, I'm looking for Robo to help out XLS up front. If Ricky's just gonna be parking the bus, I need to see Robo helping out XLS a little bit here, but it's working out so far. Just a minute into game 4. Dcrl trying to get this ball center. It's open. It's almost a copy of the goal for Pigeons. It's a great pass from Dcrl off the backboard, and Ball Chasers find the equalizer.
Yeah, that was a great pass. Sadly, someone decided to rail the back of Ricky's car, and it happened to be his own teammate who put him in an awkward position and then couldn't get the touch. And that was a great pass down. XLS with a nice touchdown mid. He goes for a touch against the backboard. It's met by him. I'm him. Ricky touches him mid, but no one to follow.
Real Robo now getting this ball out of midfield here. Gonna try and just get something going. XLS actually, Robo was running disruption there. XLS, if he put that on net, would have been a goal. Hard angle to hit though, as now Ricky's going up off the ceiling to try and disrupt this. Flips too early. Kind of goes missing there. Gonna try and get this ball out from the midfield here. Ricky getting a lot of boost. I'm him with a great first touch. It's gonna be dangerous. Goes for the demo on Robo, who ends up missing. That was almost very dangerous for the Pigeons.
Yeah, a little double commit right there for the Pigeons, but XLS receives this in the corner, sends it mid, but it's high. It floats out into this outside corner. If anyone is there to follow, they might be able to get it mid. Robo with a nice touch mid. XLS with boost. He gets it around back into the back corner again. For this Ball Chasers team, XLS on target, and it's a snipe into the center of the net. And I couldn't see from that angle, but it didn't look like that crazy of a save opportunity. No booster bones, and he free jumps it. And XLS putting on a first goal of this game, and they take the lead with 3 minutes left.
I can tell you, when you're in Bones' position, you're staring down the barrel of a rifle that XLS has. It's really easy to double or to pre-jump that, especially when you have low boost. So I do not blame Bones at all here, but Real Robo trying to get this ball midfield. Ricky, who's has been a little quiet offensively, comes in for a shot. XLS hits it with his tires, and has an insanely powerful touch there. A little bit of awkwardness on defense happened. Bones gets it around 1. I'm him with a decent follow-up here, but it's going to be free for XLS. I think he wanted a little bit higher of a clear there. Unfortunately, not able to get it. Bones and I'm him get a pinch out of the midfield. XLS demoing in midfield, disrupting these rotations. Dcrl needs to make a touch, and he does. And so far, the Pigeons have really been looking good here.
Yeah, nice touch on the net from Robo, but it's sent out wide. I'm him, launched at the backboard. Ricky sat back in his seat, just ready to hit it. This ball flies out as Robo gets a nice clear. XLS to follow, he sends it mid, but no one's there. Ricky parked his bus a little too hard. Robo looking to follow this ball as it rolls down mid. XLS again, and this ball is just rolling out to the side. Nice bump by Robo. Bones receives it, full boost. Can he do anything here? Gets one touch over, but he's launched, and Ricky's just able to receive it in his own backline. Robo and Ricky keeping in his own corner.
I was just gonna say, you kind of made me think of something. Ricky might need to put that bus in drive and start going offensive. I don't even exactly know what he's got to do, but I mean, I can't be complaining too much because obviously they found themselves in the lead here, but like we said, XLS can't be the only guy scoring all the goals. And we saw a missed opportunity earlier, so maybe that could be something. We've seen him be aggressive in earlier seasons, and maybe we see that come alive. But a minute left to go. That's a huge demo, I think. I don't even know who got that demo. Mid-air demolition comes out. Ricky is up for that ball, trying to maybe get a pass, drop that down low. And Excellence with actually a great pre-flip. Gonna try and find a double. Found contact, but ultimately nothing comes from it. Bones now, maybe with an opportunity of his own, going for something crazy. Gets a flip over one, and Bones with a great touch off the sidewall ties this game up.
Yeah, Ricky's a little awkward here going into this back of his half, and Bones just gets it over his head. Robo's not there to follow, and we have tie game, 1 minute left. The whole game's on the line here if you're on this Pigeon side.
Yep.
What are you thinking that they're feeling right now?
Oh, like I said, this is where nerves really start to come into play. This, I mean, I talked about it in game 3, but now, you know, the nerves are still going to be in full effect here. Game's tied, 30 seconds left to go between these two undefeated teams. I'm him, gonna try and slot this ball. Nothing comes from it. Ball's gonna slowly roll up. Nobody's really there. Robo doesn't have a lot of boost. 50 does come out. XLS gets a huge booming clear. This could be a great opportunity. Trying to find this ball mid, but that's a great demo coming out from, I believe, Dcrl there to kind of shut that one down. Bones gonna try and get a 50 on XLS. Dcrl is just demoing, running rampant right now. This net might be open, and it is! I'm him from the Ball Chasers. Score with just 9 seconds to go. That might be the dagger.
Honestly, Dcrl might have the MVP vote from this end of this game. 2 demos when he needed them the most, and it just destroys their team mobility, and they are unable to do anything on offense in the last minute. XLS gets to touch mid, but Bones has a deep clear. No one's back to follow. Ricky's trailing, but he's not able to get there in time, and Ball Chasers take the win.
Man, oh man, that was Pigeon's game to take. I mean, they had the lead. They had a 2-0 lead with over half the game left, but Ball Chasers with an insane comeback to end this series off 3-1, and they remain one of 2 remaining undefeated teams in all of Dcrl after they take down this Titan in Rl-Duiven, as they give them their first loss on the season. And man, oh man, this Ball Chasers team looks absolutely insane.
Yeah, I can't complain. They're putting up insane stats. They seem unstoppable on offense. I'm him. Honestly, looking like he could be, just from his ability alone, one of the best players in all of Div D. And I can't wait to see them progress further and see how they develop, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be, excuse me, it's gonna be a lot of fun going into this one. But I'm gonna go ahead and get these guys on for a little bit of a winner's interview. We're gonna, unfortunately, I don't think we have a cam. I don't think we had a cam all series for Dcrl, so we'll have to just do without it. But go ahead and drag these boys in. Huge congratulations once again to the Ball Chasers. A fantastic series all around. I have to ask, did you guys know that this how serious of a matchup this was?
Yeah, we knew how serious of a matchup it was.
Okay, I was gonna say, because both you guys are undefeated, so I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, but so yeah, I gotta go ahead and I'm gonna ask. I'll just go ahead and toss it over to I'm him to start this one off. It seems like you guys, we talked about it in the beginning of the series. It looks like you guys each have your roles. I could see this based off of the stats alone. I'm him, you're leading the division in assists. Bones, you're obviously leading the division in goals per game. And then Dcrl is just running bodies everywhere, leaving bodies everywhere on the field, leading the division in demos per game. I'm assuming this has been a calculated approach to the game, or has this been something that naturally happened?
Well, right away we figured out Bones was the best at scoring, so we left that to him. So, shit. And then Dcrl is just good at demos, so yeah.
Fair enough. I mean, it seemed like you were so good at just creating so many opportunities. You're just kind of the first man monkey, and it just gives so many opportunities for specifically Bones, and then Dcrl creates opportunities of his own with the demo. So it's been really fun to see. I mean, it seems like you guys really have one of the most structured teams in Dcrl, so it's been a lot of fun to see. But Pen, you got any questions for these guys?
Yeah, I got a question for Dcrl. Coming to that last game that we had, that game 4, how'd you when you were going for those demos in that final minute, were they like actually like were you calculating like actually where you wanted the demo, or did it just happen you were right place, right time? Because two demos in perfect locations put you guys up for the win. So I just wanted to ask you specifically.
Yeah, I don't know who had the like green dominance, but he kept setting up shots for their team. So I just said I'm gonna go after this guy, so they have no middle guy.
I mean, that's all there is to it. That's really all there is to it.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I mean, it seemed to work out. But go ahead and toss it to you now, Bones, as the last man that hasn't talked yet. I've been hearing a lot about you, brother. I mean, you've been I've talked to like 2 or 3 different collegiate teams and say that you're one of the only people on the team that really has been able to score, and and you know, seeing your dominance here in Division D, what do you do to practice this stuff, man? I mean, you're just absolutely popping off. I think in the first series you were on DCRL, you had an insane shot as well. I mean, kind of talk a little bit about what your role is here and how you've had so much success.
I mean, so our team's been playing a lot. I mean, we haven't had any success, I will say that, but so just playing against those, like a lot of the Div B and Div A guys are the ones that we play against in the CCL league with Dakota State. So that's just been a lot of motivation for me to try and get better. And I've just been grinding.
I was gonna say, would you say that kind of whole aspect of it has let you improve, tenfold?
Definitely, just positioning and
getting that experience is heavy, and it shows here. I mean, you've been absolutely balling out. I think you lived up to your 1.5 goals per game here in this series as well. So it's been a lot of fun to watch, and just like I said, seeing you guys each have your own roles has been a lot of fun to watch, and just your approach to the game has been great to see. So anyways, with that, I'll go ahead and send you guys away. Huge congratulations on remaining undefeated here. We're going to see if you guys can continue that onslaught as we get into the later weeks of the season. So good luck, boys, and hope you have a good night.
Yeah.
Thanks, fellas. You too.
You too. All right. Well, Penn, what a series. I was hoping we were going to see that go to a game 5 personally, but ultimately that wasn't in the cards here tonight. But it was a lot of fun casting with you, and we saw one of the Titans fall tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I think it's kind of funny that the team with the name Ball Chasers has the most rounded team in the entire league. That made me laugh when I thought about it. But yeah, no, I think the Pigeons, they played a good game, but they need to look that back over, figure out what went wrong, maybe have Ricky play more of an actual rotation. Ball Chaser side, honestly, they looked great. Maybe a little more calculation to the demos and less let's chase the green guy. But I mean, if it worked for them tonight, and I can't complain about that. But overall, great game. It was fun casting with you, and honestly, I couldn't have asked a better matchup. I'm a little sad my prediction was off. You're welcome for that one. And other than that, it was a great cast, and I'm happy to cast with you anytime.
Yeah, for sure. It was a lot of fun, like you said. So like we said, Ball Chasers remain the only undefeated team here in Division D. They take down the 5-0 team of the Rl-Duiven. We got to give some kudos here to the Rl-Duiven. I mean, I think they played a great series. I don't think that's their peak, really. I think I don't think they performed exactly how they really wanted to. But nonetheless, I think we're gonna see more of this team. I mean, they're 5-0 for a reason, right? So it's gonna be fun to see if they can kind of come back, and maybe these two teams will meet up again in playoffs, maybe even grand finals, depending on how it rolls out. So 2 great teams battle it out. Ball Chasers remain undefeated. We do have one more series on the night here, a Division A matchup. Netflix and Krill and Tree Amigos gonna battle it out here on the DCRL stream. Penn, thank you so much for hopping on the desk with me, and I did end up finding somebody, by the way. I don't know if
I saw it. All good. Mitchell boys coming in.
So yeah, thank you once again for hopping on the desk with me.
Oh, anytime. Honestly, great game. I can't wait to see how these teams develop until later into the season. But yeah.
For sure. Anyways, thank you guys for tuning in, and we're gonna go to about a 10-minute intermission here, but while we get things set up on the back end for the Division A matchup on the night, and we will be right back with some more Dakota Collegiate Rocket League action. So stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Peace out. Oh, wrong screen. Gotta go here.